The views expressed on this program are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
You are now listening to the Allen and DJ Show on 103.5 FM WLSP-LP, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. We're here to talk about self-improvement, lifestyle, and becoming the very best version of yourself.
You're now listening to the Allen and DJ Show.
Yo. Milwaukee, Sun Prairie, and all the surrounding areas, man. Y'all know what time this is. I don't even got to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Welcome to the Allen and DJ Show, the very best podcast, the award-winning podcast. And, of course, I'm Allen.
And this is your boy, DJ.
DJ, what's going on, my dirty?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Oh, man, I'm cool. You know, I feel like I want to grow lately. You know, I've been having a lot of, a lot of dreams and a lot of aspirations, man. You know, like I want to, lately, like I've been feeling like I've been so efficient, going to work on time, showing up on time, getting home to Bambi the deer on time. And then like, we having so much amazing, like, time, I'm gonna leave that right there. But yes,
oh, yeah.
So that's been good, man. And then like my productivity at work been going up to another level, man. Cause I feel productive, and sometimes DJ, man, when I just like when I feel so. Hold on, man. Hold on. That give me an idea. Let's talk about that today.
Okay.
Because I feel so efficient.
Okay.
I feel proficient. And I like productivity. You dig? William J. Smith, don't look at me like that, dirty.
He said, I will look at him,
dirty. Like, don't look at me like that, man.
I will look at him,
man, because, like, man, I've been so happy, even though I just got chased out of work. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to talk about that. But that's another story for another day. So
Did you make it, though?
Man, I made it by the skin of my teeth. Man, like, so was at a truck waiting for me in the back. I just jumped in the back seat. I was gone. I'm like, no, man. Oh, no, there ain't got time for that.
You're going to get more to that, though.
Man, I'm already knowing.
Oh, yeah.
But that's another story for another day. But today we're going to talk about how to increase efficient and being like productive. So we're going to talk about like productivity.
Absolutely.
So DJ, without further ado, let's give it to them the way that the Allen and DJ Show know how to give it to them.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about bullet point number 1, man. So let's talk about eliminating distractions.
Oh, yeah, this is very important. Basically, the reason why this is so important is because distractions can lead to procrastination.
That's true.
Yep. And sometimes, like, with distractions, it also takes you off your course or it keeps you from completing tasks.
That's true. Like, I always say a lot of people focus on the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? So when you, like, solely focus on, like, your own business or doing what you got to do, and you avoid distractions all the time, like, you can find yourself like really being like productive. Like you can find yourself like being venturous, being in like multiple business plans, or whether if it's trying to lose weight or whether if it's trying to create that business from the ground up. You'll see yourself actually getting somewhere, and you'll see yourself actually having some type of success. But when you not trying to avoid distractions, then man, you're gonna get into multiple things. It's like getting involved in like other people's affairs, or people or matter of fact, people dragging in their business. They be like, "You was there because you said this too," and you like, man, what you talking about? Because why? You being nosy and being involved in other people's businesses, and then you're distracted by the negativity that's going on around now.
Absolutely. And like I got an example of like how to eliminate distractions. Basically, like let's say you got a friend and they invite you to a party, but you have a paper due. What are you going to do? When you eliminate distractions, basically you're going to ignore the fact that you got invited to the party and you're going to go and finish your paper. Because,
like how we always say this, bro, like you can party temporarily, right? So temporarily, like you can have a good time.
Absolutely.
But when you're done, the bill still got to be paid.
Yep.
The rent got to be due. The cable still got to be due. The electric bill still have to be due. But when you grinding and you doing what you got to do, and you like, man, you know what? Like, I step out here and there, but like this is more important right now because this gonna get me to where I want to get to. Then you can party for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Hell, like you'll be taking them out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? They be struggling trying to get dinner. But anyways, though, number 2, when we talk about eliminating distractions, let's talk about bullet point 2. So let's talk about having a clear focus, though. So now let's target on a focus, DJ.
Okay.
Why should people target and have a clear focus when it comes to being increasing efficiency and productivity?
Absolutely. The reason why this is so important is because like it gives you a target or a goal to achieve, and it gives you a deadline to achieve it. But also, it wires your mind to just focus on the task, and it won't stop you, or it won't stop until you completed that whole entire task.
You know, that's true, man, because, you know, it's like when you having like a clear focus on, you can dedicate your energy and your full attention and your time to a business, or whether it's goals or strategies that, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to create, or like operations, or even leading more effective decisions that can better make an execution. So when you executing whatever the dream is, or whatever your business is, or like whatever particular goal that you might have, you have to have a clear focus and put 100% into it. Because what I always say, what you focus on grows. So if you focusing on, so this is like laws of attraction to me. Mm-hmm. So let's say that I want to manifest me really being in a podcast room and having my own podcast. So what I have to do is I have to focus on the clear attention that's at hand, and that is to get better mics, to get better camera equipment, to get myself into a situation where I can connect with a team.
Yep.
And then it should be no iron teams. Everybody should be comfortable with certain roles that they have. And you have to have a clear vision and a clear focus for what you want. And when you do that, I promise you're going to execute it.
And also, like when it comes down to clear focus, it also helps you block out the noise, meaning like you also eliminate any type of distraction or any type of negativity that's around you.
Because you be so focused on what you got going on, you be like, man, bump that, bro. Like, I ain't trying to hear that right now.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, for real, because you know it's game. See how good you look, you smell good, you smell, oh, yeah, okay. Like, because you heard it all before. Yep. So, like, you ain't no beta cluck, like, you ain't good for real? Yeah. Hey, D, calling you on, hey, bro, but you said I look good. Like, nah, bro, you ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, you ain't on that. Man, you like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Laugh it off, play it off, or like, dog, you wildin'. Yep. And just be focused on, like, what you got in front of you. Focus on, like, the like, okay, so I like to call it like the intended target. So when you got clear focus on what you're trying to do, then you gotta have tunnel vision. You don't see nothing but that dream, that goal, and you just gotta keep attacking.
Absolutely.
But bullet me down to bullet point number 3, man. Let's talk about stimulated workflow.
Okay.
And now this falls in the line of you, DJ, because you was one of the most hardworking cats I know. Like, dirty be at it.
Oh, I appreciate it.
But, you know, you doing this to build up to your dream.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
what made me, you know what I'm saying, say, hey, I want to go into partnership with this guy.
Absolutely.
So break it down to them, man. Like, what a stimulated workflow means when it comes to being efficient and having productivity.
Basically, like, what you want to do is, like, when it comes down to stimulated workload, like, you basically want a workload to where, like, it challenges your mind or stimulates your mind to where, like, you can stay productive. Because what I've learned from, like, working, repetition always equals boredom.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, if you constantly keep doing something over and over and over again, and you come in there every day and do it over and over and over again, then eventually you're going to get bored, and you're not challenging your mind, and you're not stimulating your mind to challenge yourself.
And then, you know, it's like the same old 1-2 step. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, in order to get to where you want to get to, sometimes, you know, like, you have to make your mind go in an unpredictable phase, like where you just doing things different. So if you came through the door to the right side of the building, one day just go through the left side of the building. Just manipulate that energy. Mm-hmm. And for people know what I'm talking about when I talk about just like manipulating that energy. Like, you have to manipulate that frequency to align yourself in that frequency. So when I talk about stimulated workflow, to me, with a single focus, you can optimize your workflow with identified in like areas as far as like improvement or like even implementing changes that could be more effective when it comes to your workflow. So paying attention to like the small details. Really feels like, okay, I liked it to show, but man, I feel like the credits need to be like this, or man, you know what? I feel like I could have adjusted the camera a little bit more like this. So next time when we do this, let's make sure the camera like this, or let's make sure we have more energy or get more engaged. So it's like paying attention to detail. And
Absolutely.
DJ real good at that because he calls stuff out sometimes like I don't even see.
Absolutely. But it also keeps you motivated to keep working, man. And it also challenges you and pushes you to complete your tasks.
All day, man. And, that's why I always say, like, make sure when it comes to your workflow that you're being, like, efficient as possible. Because that's going to separate you from the rest of the pack. If we having an audition, what's going to separate me from wanting to catch you from this role than this guy? It's because you took the role a little bit more serious. You was more efficient. And you was more, like, tuned in to what you had to do. So, man, make sure like the workflow is crispy, man. And then let's take this into another direction. So I like to talk about the greater control of autonomy. So let's talk about career direction, DJ. So when we're talking about career direction, how does this stimulate and focus on like being efficient and having productivity?
Hey, a lot of people need this because like this is basically what it does is it gives you a target and the steps to complete that particular task. But like when you lack direction, it can kill your momentum and your motivation because you don't have an end goal.
Because then like you loose. Now you're all over the place.
Yep.
And you're like, okay, if you want me to jump on this business opportunity with you, okay, I get it. But what is the direction? Like, what is our end goal here? Like, what are we trying to do?
Absolutely.
And as a leader, if you don't have a vision, how do you expect me to see the vision that you don't even have a vision, right?
Absolutely.
So, like when it comes to that, like I always say, make sure to have the freedom to like chart your own like career path and make decisions that align with your vision and your values. So if I'm making decisions for, let's say like myself personally, I always try to make sure that it aligns with the show, or vice versa, like us as a team making visions for like the Allen and DJ show. We have to make sure it aligns with our vision and what are we trying to accomplish here? Like what is our end goal? So I say that to people out there who might trying to start a business or who's going to school that want to be a doctor, lawyer, or whatever the case you want to. Whatever the case you may want to be, make sure you're taking classes that align with your vision and your goals.
Absolutely. And then also when it comes down to career direction, like an example of this would be like moving up in the job. Like what's the point in working at a job if you're not trying to move up at the job?
Exactly. Like my mom just always tell me, man, like if you're going to work somewhere and you see that being a career job, then go up as high as you can.
Absolutely.
Like, why stay in one place if, you feel like that's like a career that you want to be at? So, like for people who work at McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever the case may be, or should I say just fast food chains in general. And, I just say if you're working in any like fast food chain in general, just make sure that, if this is the career that you want, then be the best at it. Go as high as you can. Like, it's not good to just settle in one place.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy, man, for real. Like that, because like I see people who are afraid to take change.
Absolutely.
I mean, people who are afraid to make change and people are afraid to take that next step to go in like the next direction. And you like, I'm not trying to force you on anything, but Dirty, let's say, man, you've been working in this warehouse for about 10 plus years. Dude, like you're not trying to become a supervisor, manager, or anything, a lead.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like that ain't cool.
I see that a lot too, man.
But you just gotta step aside yourself and believe in yourself. Like, yeah, like you're gonna make mistakes. It's gonna be very risky. Which brings me to the next bullet point: goal achievement. Because now, as you're taking these proper steps and goals to make it to this point, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Now, DJ, break this down for me. How does goal achievement increases efficiency and productivity?
Basically, what it does is it fulfills your purpose in life, man.
Yeah. Like, that's like the ultimate satisfaction. Like when we won that championship, man, that was that taste of just wanting to get back there again, and you like, yo, like I know we could do more. You know what I'm saying? And then like the hard work that you put into it as a team and as a staff and as a media center, man, we did our thing. So you might have your own personal goal achievement. So you can set your own goals and work towards them, and go at your own pace, because like, you know what I'm saying, like your own pace, you know what I'm saying, is your own race. So, you know, like you don't want to startle too long depending on what the goal is, but you know, work at you know what I'm saying, your own pace, and then have experience in what you're trying to do. And then the satisfaction of achieving them, man, is just like, it feels good. It's like no other, man. You like,
Absolutely.
yeah, like we did that. Like our names is on this plaque.
Yep.
Okay, you can celebrate for the moment. Then what we do after that, as we set more goals now. So you have to quickly get over what happened last year. This is a new season. So we got to attack. It's time to go to the next level.
Yep. But like also, with each goal that you achieve, it helps you become like a better person, and it helps you get to the next goal to achieve that, so you can feel good about yourself.
Exactly. You know, there's like basketball players or football players or baseball players or any sport in general, what they play for titles, championships. If it's not about a championship, then what are we doing this for?
Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing with being in like in the podcasting world, in the TV world. You know, it's all about that recognition, making the right connections, the right steps, and keep setting more goals. And we might say, hey, you know what? I want to be on a bigger scale within like the next couple of years. That can happen. So you have to set a goal, and you have to, you know what I'm saying, be realistic with that goal, and you make it happen.
Absolutely.
And then let's bring me into bullet point 6 now. So now let's say this: you won the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Everything going your way. Now your status going up, your followers going up, you're being recognized out here in the streets. The personal fulfillment.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about personal fulfillment for a minute, DJ.
It's important.
Woo, I love this one because
It's
of
important.
personal fulfillment now. You like, yo, I won that championship. I did it. We did it as a team. Everybody played their role. It wasn't no, you know, it's no I in team. We did it as a team.
Yep.
So how does personal fulfillment feels for you, DJ, when it comes to how to increase efficiency and productivity?
For me, like it basically it helps me just focus on myself, and it gives me the satisfaction when I complete a task.
Yeah. Because, you know, starting and growing your own business, or starting and growing your own show, or whether you're becoming a doctor now, or, you you just became that CNA, or you became that lawyer, it's a fulfillment. You know, it's like a sense of like a purpose. You feel like a sense of like achievement, because like I achieved something. I went for it. I set a goal. I had a clear direction, and I went for it. And the fulfillment that can find like others like in like work environments. So you can go into like the next work environment now, and you can say, okay, I got my CNA license here. Now I'm ready to go to the hospital and take on the challenges of the world. Or now, I just became that nurse. So now, like, I feel like it's a sense of fulfillment. Like, I went to school, I worked hard for this.
Absolutely.
And now I have a piece of paper that says my name, like my plaque, my diploma. And that's like my, that's like your vouch. You know what I'm saying? Like, this what speaks for you.
Absolutely.
And now you can take yourself to the next level.
Absolutely. And Al touched on it a little bit, but I'm going to touch on it a little bit more. Basically, he said purpose. And he's exactly right. Like, it is purpose driven when it comes down to personal fulfillment.
You know how I am.
Yeah. No, it's purpose driven, and it only fulfills your own needs. But it also relaxes you because you're not focused on other people.
There you go. Ooh, I like that. I like that, DJ.
Thank you.
Because that's true. Because if you're minding your own business and you're doing what you got to do, and each and every day, you're working towards something, like, why would I have time to worry about what the cat down the road got going on?
Absolutely.
Or worry about what she got going on in her person. Like, Dirty, I don't care. That's why, I ain't with the gossip and ain't with none of that, man, because I'm too focused on my own business. Like, I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. People going to talk stuff about you to the day you die. Man, they talked about Jesus Christ. What makes you different?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They always going to say something about you, good or negative, man. You got to bump that. If it ain't directed, then I can't respect it. I'm going to keep it moving because obviously you ain't saying it to me. So, let's focus on what you got to do. But most importantly, so now, let's talk about this now, enhancing personal growth. Let's talk about bullet point number 7, DJ, self-awareness.
Oh, it's an interesting one.
Because you need to have self-awareness when
Absolutely.
you're trying to have, if you're trying to be efficient in life and you're trying to be productive.
Absolutely.
So, I'll tap in on that for us, DJ.
I got you. Basically, like what this does is like it gives you an edge over like other people that are unaware of the situation or are unprepared for the situation.
Yeah, so because when you focusing on on your own situation, right, and it's really helping you to identify your strengths and weaknesses, and then you start to see, okay, I'm strong in this and I'm a little weak in this. This I could be better at. This right here, I want to be more efficient in this area. So then it helps you focus on improving in those areas, which like we talk about a lot, self-improvement.
Absolutely.
Because you want to self-improve in anything you're trying to do. So like I tell people all the time, sweetheart, if you're going to go and start you a hair business or, you want to be a nail tech, whatever, then you need to be the best at it. Mm-hmm. What's going to separate you as a client that I can see myself going to the cat down the road? You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, let's say if my girl, Bambi the deer, want to get her nails done. She want to get her paws done, right? What's going to separate this nail tech from this nail tech?
Mm-hmm.
She might be good, but this nail tech right here might be even more detailed. Because why? She focuses on areas to help her improve, to get that extra edge over her competition.
Absolutely. And then it also...
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, that was deep.
I like that one.
No, but what it also does is it helps you also understand the circumstances and prepares you for that particular situation and helps you adjust to the changes if changes need to be made.
Changes to be made. I like that. Because, people are afraid of change. And, we did a show on that before, right? With the fear of change. And,
Yep.
If you want to, enhance and grow as a person personally and genuinely as a team and help others around you grow, then you got to be willing to make that change and take your weaknesses and make them your strengths. And then bullet point 7.
You mean bullet?
I mean bullet point 8. Excuse me. Resilience.
Okay.
So I like being resilient, DJ, because it challenges success, and
Absolutely.
You running your own business can build resilience. It can build adaptability, and it can also help you with learning how to deal with people and help being around people so much that, let's say, if I'm the leader of a team and now we facing a crisis, how can I be a better problem solver?
Mm-hmm.
So it helped me improve my problem solving skills. So when everybody's in a panic, you just relax. You're like, dude, chill. I got this. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure out what we was doing wrong. We got to see what the weaknesses are. And we got to improve them and make them our strengths. And once we did that, you feel like you accomplished something and you feel resilient because you're brave.
Absolutely. And what also, when dealing with resilience is basically it is going to be times where you're going to want to quit, or it's going to be times where you're questioning what you doing all the time and if this even works. But what resilience does is it helps you overcome that doubt.
Man, so true story. I remember this, y'all. And I think you was there, Will, when we was at work. And shout out to Coach. Coach, I love you, man. And I remember Coach told me, because I thought about quitting the podcast one time. This is back in late August going to September. We were at the bottom of the totem pole. I remember trying to reach out to other podcasters. Hey, let's connect. Nobody wasn't trying to give us no shot. You know what I'm saying? People just dogging on us. Or they're like, man, you don't even got 700 followers. You got to get your weight up. And that hurted me, man.
Yeah.
And I was so mad because you know how I am. Because I'm mad about what they were saying and what they didn't say. And, Coach was like, sit your bleep down. And I sat down, I was mad. He said, dude, you're going to be number one. You're going to get there. But you can't be number one in everything. But I know your energy. And I know you're a Leo. You're a fire sign. So certain things to set you off, it just makes you like, okay, I'm going to show them 700 ain't enough. I'm going to get 2,000. I'm going to get 5,000 because that's my mindset. I was focused. Mm-hmm. And then he said, maybe that person needed to do that to give you that fire, right? But you can't quit. You can't give up. how you gonna be better than anybody if you quit? Because all you do, you know what I'm saying, when things used to get tough, I used to run. Hey, man, forget the stupid thing, I quit. You know what I'm saying? And like I had that bad at work, and I used to hate when people used to compare me to LeBron James back in the day when he used to give up and quit because things get tough, you know?
All the time.
You know, I think like the biggest thing that hurt me was that, you know, Al, you know what I'm saying, quit when things get rough, and he's selfish, and, you know, he not about his team. You know, he always, you know, he want to win.
I get with you, but you at the time you never been at the bottom, so you always been at the top. So
And it was unfamiliar for me.
yeah, I'm used to being at the bottom, so I'm like, dude, we gonna get there.
Yeah, right. See, and Will took that very well, DJ, because I couldn't take it.
Oh yeah.
Because like you know, you'll look at the list and you're like 36, bro. Like I'll be 36, bro. We killing it. And DJ's like, bro, we gonna get there, Al. You gotta relax. But I was so resilient, and that was the energy in me. And when we got that top spot, it was a personal fulfillment, but it taught me something along the way too. So you can't quit, you can't give up. And now you have miles of length apart from everybody.
Absolutely.
Which brings me to bullet point number 9, learning and development.
Oh yeah, this is important.
So so DJ, drive us home with that, man. Like, why is learning and development so important?
Because like when it comes down to learning and development, like you're basically learning new skills that can help you later on in life, but you're also developing into the person that you need to be or you want to be.
Right. So, you know, that's like you constantly trying to find new skills to improve yourself, right? So you can adapt to any circumstances because you can say, hey, I've been here before. And that can help you have a deeper understanding, like going into like the chosen field that you chose. So let's say now you want to be a heart surgeon. Now, you know, remember high school when you had to like cut the frogs and dissect the eyes and all that. You're like, hey, this is gross, right? But you need to learn how to adapt to this.
Yeah, you used to have women that be like, I ain't touching that pig.
Right. And then he just like play with your frog. How come I can play with your frog? Where that come from? Oh, beta male simp. But you know, movie that come from. Let me play with your frog.
He bad.
He's mad as mud. Well, you know, like, man, you know, like, and they got cut the frog legs and all that. You like, man, I ain't finna do that. But long story short, though, this is gonna help you adapt to the chosen field and the changes that you need to make. So when it comes to you learning and developing new skills, you can say, hey, look, man, I've been doing this since high school. I've been here before. Let's go in here and say this person life. You got that heart going, man. You know what I'm saying? You do the heart surgery. The person is recovering. They thanking you. And you just keep being resilient. Like, you know, like you just keep learning new things. You keep developing new strategies on how can we improve as like a team.
Absolutely. And then it also provides personal growth and maturity, man.
Nah, big time, man. Which brings me to bullet point 10. When you go through growth and maturity, what does it help you do? Learn how to minimize drama.
Absolutely.
Now, DJ, tell us about this one, man, because it seems like it's a lot of drama around you lately that you've been gaining a lot of status.
Man.
How do you minimize this, though, bro?
First of all, like, let me tell y'all, like, what drama is. Like, drama is basically a part of distractions, man. But but drama can keep you from being focused. So like the way that I minimize it is by staying out of situations. Like if I don't be around that situation, then how can I be talked about in that situation? So if somebody's gossiping about somebody, if I'm not in that area, then how would I know that somebody is gossiping about somebody else?
Exactly. So what to minimize drama? Like, man, you know, you got to minimize distractions. You got to block all that stuff out, man.
Yeah.
Whatever's going through, block that out. You know, you got to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, focus on your own business. Focus on what you need to do personally so you can avoid unnecessary drama or negativity or, you know what I'm saying, conflict with other people that you might be associated with at your job or in business. Because some people live for the drama. Some people live for negativity. Some people live to argue. Or sometimes you can be having a good day. Somebody just say something so jacked up. And you like, man, go on with all that right now, man. They dirty. Look, man, you tripping. Hey, bro, dog, you know me tell girl, man, hey, dog, I don't want to hear about that right now. Fit all that. Like, you see some of these basketball trades?
Yeah.
You know, like, man, let's talk about something positive. I ain't with all that, man, because, or with that beef and stuff, man. Like I said before.
But they feed on that energy, though. So
Right.
it's not, it's in that character.
So
at
even
the
like
end
with
of the
something
day-
positive going on, people look for something negative, right?
Absolutely.
That's like when it comes to beefing, or that's like when it comes to anything. You know, Al, I don't condone no violence over here. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
And I ain't never the one to strike, but I will defend. Always. You know, you mess with me, I'm going to mess with you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I'm focused on my own business. I'm focused on my own lane. I do what I need to do for myself and my teammates or whoever's that's involved in my life that I can help them grow. And I can make a better impact to the world and all of us as well as a team.
Yep, and sometimes like drama gives people that are negative an actual energy boost.
Yeah.
But it also knocks, like, if you're a positive person, drama can actually knock you off your path and unmotivate you because you're listening to that distraction.
Right, because let's say, you know, you don't know no better. You know, they might say the manager said this about you, and people talking about you.
Yeah.
Man, they say, you know, you knew at the job. Like, you know what I'm saying? You really might feel that way. You're like, man, I knew at the job, and she been there forever. And maybe what she said is true. And it start throwing you off. It can distract you just that like quickly. So I always say, you know, block all that out. If you ain't heard it or if you ain't hear it come from nobody, most likely it ain't true. You keep doing you. And let's drive a point home, DJ.
Absolutely.
Positive work environment. Because none of this can happen if you don't have a positive work environment.
Absolutely. Like, the reason why this is so important is because, like, have you been around people that been negative at work and that energy rubs off on you and it make you not want to work? Or it makes you counterproductive, meaning like you're more focused on what's going on instead of like you focusing on being productive and trying to get stuff done. You more focused on what was said or what was did and stuff like that, or you focus on old girl being sad or old boy being acting like a beta male and stuff, instead of like you focusing on trying to get the task done.
For sure, man. Beta male clutch, man, I tell you.
Yeah.
But no, it's true, man. You know, like when you're working for a positive work environment, you know what I'm saying? Like it help you focus on your own business that can help you just like, you know, help you like so like always say like create a positive work environment for yourself first, right? Because there's more fulfillment when you have like a real good environment, and it helps you feel free from the pressures of the world, the pressures of people, and you know it keeps you, you know what I'm saying, in a traditional workplace where, let's say, in a traditional workplace, like let's say you work at a grocery food chain or you work in a nursing home setting or like in hospital or anything like that, right? Or maybe in media like we do. You know, it's a lot of chitter chatter stuff going on, and you know, you have to distance yourself from all that. You know, like, you know, you have to do things that make you comfortable. So sometimes, like, I like bring music to work, put them in your ears, man, and just listen to some good frequency and just create your own vibe.
Absolutely.
And you know, say got your own office, like somebody come in there. Let me tell you what they did last week. Man, I talked to Shirley. And, hey, look, man, I ain't trying to hear all that right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm working, and you gotta be serious. Like, yo, I'm working. Like, I got things I have to do.
Yeah.
We can talk about that another time. Matter of fact, I don't like talking about people.
Yeah.
Like dirty. Like, let them do them. They can stay where they bowing down at. I don't got time for that. I'm trying to go up here. You can say whatever you want about me, because while you got me on your mind, I'm living rent free in your head. You're not living rent free in my head, dirty. 'Cause I ain't thinking about you. I'm going up.
No, but the crazy thing about it too, Al, is when it comes down to work, positive work environment. Like, if you come in there and somebody is sad, and you don't let that bother you, and you come in there positive, at first they might be like, why are you so happy? And you might actually tell them, but then eventually, after a while, it might actually rub off on them to where like they might be happy because like you might talk about something that they actually want to talk about, and then they get engaged into the conversation. Then now all of a sudden you brighten their day up, which meaning like you brighten up the work environment.
No, that's true. Like, you remember like last Wednesday when we talked about energy vampires, you know what I'm saying? So like you know, like the show that had dropped out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's true though. You know what I'm saying? So you get around people, you can't, you know, if you're in a messed up mood, and you're like, hey man, what's good? What's up, y'all? Or you're like, hey sweetheart, like how you doing? You know what I'm saying? So now, like, you know what I'm saying, now it's throwing everything off. You're like, Oh, here it goes. So now, like, your mood just went down. But if you're like, oh, bro, man, what's good? You know, like, you talking, like, you know, you engaging. Then it makes that person naturally feel upbeat. So,
Yep.
without further ado, man, let's talk about the Allen and DJ's final thought. DJ, what you want to tell the people, man, when it comes to them learning how to be efficient and have just, like, productivity in their life so they can be, like, proficient?
Basically, like you first of all, you want to eliminate distractions, have a clear, focused goal. Like that's very important because like that, and also have a career direction because like all that together will help you get to where you need to get to and minimize your drama by not being around it.
That's true, man. And, you know, for me, I tell people, you know, just make sure, like, you enhance personal growth. Like, you have to grow as a person. So, if you're a weak leader, then you're going to have weak people under you. If you're a strong leader, then you're going to have a lot of strong people up under you. Or, like, you know, if you're a strong team player, then, you know, the team going to follow suit. And everybody know their role. Learning, you know, so keep learning and keep developing your skills so you can have the best outcome that you have in life, you know, and create a positive workspace for yourself because if you're in a negative workspace, then it's just going to keep draining your energy. And most importantly, you know what I'm saying, just try to not only just reduce negative and stress, but have the potential for greater financial success because the goal is to keep leveling up in life. And once you do that, you just became the very best version of yourself. Now, this is the Allen and DJ Show. You can find us at YouTube at the Allen and DJ Show, the Allen and DJ Show fan page on Facebook, and the Allen and DJ Show gmail.com if you have any questions about what you want us to talk about next. Then you can find my personal page, Alan Hutchinson, on Instagram and Facebook, and my Dirty William J. Smith on Instagram and Facebook. And until next time, man, increase the productivity in your life. Keep being efficient, and you always want to do everything proficient because you know why? When you do that, you always stay well, you stay healthy.
Peace.
You already know.